West Province's long-anticipated VTSD initiative has finally been launched and is now ready to change the province. The initiative aims to develop about 800 villages in the province and boost the province's economy in the long run. Let's cross over to our reporter, Sellwane Khakhau, who is at Mahikeng in the northwest, to tell us a little bit about this. Sellwane, good morning to you. What's happening?
Good morning, Leanne. Indeed, we are coming live to you from the SABC's Mahikeng studios in the Northwest, and we will be talking about the Northwest's VTSD initiative, which in full stands for Villages, Townships and Small Dorpies. This is the Northwest Government Provincial Government initiative, which aims to develop small and rural areas in the province. You would know that the Northwest is one of the most rural provinces in the country. In this province alone, we have more than 650 villages and about 70 townships, and also we have about 20 small dorpies. So that is a lot of rural areas in one province, of course, and it will be absolutely interesting to see how this VTSD initiative will develop these rural villages. And here to chat more about this initiative, joining us in studio this morning is the Northwest Premier Supra Mahumapelo. Premier Rao Amhela, good morning.
Good morning, and also morning to the viewers of the SABC at home.
When we talk about this VTSD initiative, other viewers at home may remember seeing this initiative on TV last week, which we did broadcast during the launch of the initiative, which took place over 3 days. But for some people who missed seeing it on TV, what is this VTSD initiative?
Look, as part of the National Development Plan, we took a decision to embark on a radical transformation program, which is anchored on the rebranding, repositioning and renewal of the province. So one of the initiatives we thought we must introduce to the province to focus on the economies of the villages, the townships and the small dorpies, because that is where you find poverty. That's where there's over-concentration of poverty. So we thought that as government we must lead the way and then introduce this initiative, mobilize the private sector, mobilize foreign direct investment, ensure that as government we roll out the infrastructure and bring together the three spheres of government, national, province and local. But most importantly, make sure that our people, through their traditional leaders and so on, are part of the whole process. So we are very happy that it was oversubscribed. We had to manage because Convention Center couldn't take all people who came here. We are very happy that it drew such an attention, and our people have said that they will support the outcomes, which is the VTSD Economic Action Plan going forward.
And this initiative, it has a number of objectives, some of them being to create more jobs and to also boost the economy of the province. And also through it, small and medium businesses will be assisted. How will this be done?
The National Development Plan has identified 3 critical challenges, which is poverty, inequality and unemployment. And the 3 find expression mostly in the villages, the townships and the small dorpies here in the province. So as government, we thought that to respond to it, let's bring together our people so that we come up with innovative methods of attending to this particular challenge. We have taken a decision that over 70% of government spending is going to be directed towards the villages, the townships and the small dorpies. We are tabling a bill in the first half of the next financial year on the basis of which we are going to be prosecuting this particular objective. And we are very happy that when we say to our people, establish your village people's chamber of commerce, township people's chambers of commerce and small dorpies chambers of commerce, people responded, and we have them in place now, which is going to help us to move forward working together with the people.
Absolutely interesting, Premier. And also, we did visit one of the villages called Setlagole last week. We wanted to check from them, as small and medium business people, do they understand how this initiative is going to assist them? And I must say, some of them were a bit in the dark as to how they're going to benefit through this initiative. But can you explain to us, perhaps in practical terms, let's say we have one tuck shop, for example, in one specific village in the province. How will that one particular tuck shop benefit from this initiative?
One of the problems that faces our tuck shops, for instance, in the villages, the townships and the small dorpies, it is the transportation costs, it is the production costs. So what we have done, we are going to be partnering through the Northwest Development Corporation to establish warehouses, so that when we have the warehouses, everything that tuck shop sells can then be supplied from the warehouse. Therefore, you'll be cutting on the cost of having to transport the goods and services from Johannesburg. So we hope that we will cut on that. And also we are going to be training them on how to efficiently run the tuck shops, market them, make sure that they increase the profit margins, but also make sure that they are run professionally, so that people can have confidence in the products that they supply. We have already started also establishing, working with Transnet, bakeries in some of the villages. So we are on course.
And going back to the launch, which was last week, we saw a lot of ministers attending the event, and we saw a lot of big business people from everywhere in the country gathered under one roof to hear more about this initiative. How will the big businesses, maybe the private sectors, assist the small and emerging businesses?
I'm happy that they have committed, the big business, that they will be working with the small, medium enterprises in our villages, townships and small dorpies. One of the practical things we are going to be doing next year is going to be led by the Premier, is that every quarter we are going to be having VTSD investment lekgotla, where the BRICS countries will be bringing their companies to come here. They will also be coming as government. So we are going to be doing that, but also ensuring that big business in South Africa come big time to come and be part of those. We will not be getting under one roof. So we'll be saying to them, here is the province, here are the villages, which one do you choose to go and invest? So that's going to be the approach, so that we move through these areas.
You've just mentioned to us now that some of the private sectors have come on board to say, we're going to invest in this and we're going to support this. And this is very big project. Can you also explain to us maybe how it's being funded for, perhaps by government or private sectors, or who's joining hands in this?
Government is going to lead the way. We need to lead the way as the government to invest in the villages, the townships and the small dorpies. So that's why I have said that every department, 70% of the budget is now going to go to the VTSD moving forward, and the private sector will be also coming on board. We have met with all the mines here in the province. We have also engaged the banks. They are coming on board. So we hope that with this initiative, we will all join hands in the spirit of some work, some track, and make sure that we move forward. But one thing our people must understand, Sellwane, and our viewers, is that this is a gradual process. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take some time for it to gel on the ground and have an impact. So what we have done is to have immediate, short-term, medium, and long-term objectives moving forward.
It would be interesting if you can explain a little bit about these long-term, short-term, and these objectives. What are some of them?
One of the things we have to do to say in the short term or in the immediate term that we have to do is to make sure that we do the village development plans. That we have done already. I think we are about 90% complete. Every township's development plan is there. Every small dorpy is there. The second thing we will have to do is to say all the municipalities, all the provincial governments, how do we then budget according to the villages, the townships, and the small dorpies, so that you spread the budget across all of them. The third thing is to say, what are the projects after the budget? So we are already working on the projects now. There's a long list of projects that we have developed, and some of the details will be announced during the State of the Province address. But I can inform our people that one of the practical things we are going to be doing is that as far as the building of houses is concerned, we are going to focus on contractors who are between grade 1 and grade 4. All along it has been grade 7 upwards, and we think we must turn it around.
Let's try to look a little bit into the future and say, in a few years' time, what do you want to see out of this initiative? What is your expectations about this initiative?
The expectation is that by the next 5 years, we should have changed the environment in our villages, the townships and the small dorpies. I hope that people by then will no longer be migrating from villages, township and small dorpies and going to the big cities. We hope that we will be somehow far in making sure that we have got villages, township, small dorpies, smart approach where you use IT to ensure that you attend to some of the problems that we have. And we hope that there will be stability and people will be happy, there will be jobs, unemployment will not be there. But as I say, it's going to be a long journey. And we hope that everybody can come on board. The private sector must come because the private sector has got a tendency of not going to the villages and the rural areas. So we are leading the way and we hope that they are going to be following us.
Positive things indeed coming to the Northwest. And Premier, we wish you the best with this initiative. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
And may our people please drive carefully. They must walk carefully, everything carefully during the holidays.
Thank you. That was the Northwest Premier Supra Mahumapelo telling us more about the Northwest VTSD initiative, which aims to develop rural areas, which includes the villages, the townships and the small dorpies everywhere across the province. We will definitely be keeping our eye on the story to see how it develops next year and of course over the years. And coming from us here at the SABC in Mahikeng, it's a wrap from us. The Morning Live team, it's back to you.